Kris Jenner has established firm guidelines for Corey Gamble as she prepares for her wedding. He will. Hi, before we continue, please subscribe to the channel for all Kardashians news and update. Kris Jenner and Corey Gamble have been together for about 10 years now, and their relationship started in August 2014 when they met at a party hosted by fashion designer Riccardo Tisci in Ibiza. Since then, they have remained close, but new details show that things between them are not always smooth. People close to them say that Kris has a lot of rules that Corey must follow. Even though they have been together for a long time, Kris still expects him to do things her way. Now that Kris is thinking about getting married, those rules might become even more strict. Sources say Kris is planning a big wedding, but it's not just about love for her. She wants everything to be perfect and well organized. This includes a very serious agreement that Corey has to sign before they get married. That agreement is said to be full of conditions, which would limit what Corey can do if they ever break up. He already has to follow many rules, and once they're married, he might have even less freedom. According to someone who spoke with Life and Style magazine, Corey is beginning to wonder if marrying Kris is even worth it. He's worried that he won't be able to keep much if they ever separate, and the whole situation is causing him stress. Earlier this year, Kris gave people a hint that she might be ready to walk down the aisle. She made a comment on her family's show, The Kardashians, that she could get married when she turned 70. That comment made fans and followers curious. Now, people around her say she wants to have a very big wedding, probably with almost 1,000 people attending. She wants it to be the most exciting and elegant event anyone has seen, even bigger than her daughter Kourtney's wedding. But all these big plans are putting pressure on Corey. The insider said that in the end, Corey will likely do what Kris asks him to do, but the whole process is becoming very stressful for him. The size and scale of the wedding Kris wants are almost too much to believe. She has so many ideas about what the day should look like, including big-name celebrities performing and attending. Even though they haven't even picked a wedding date yet, Kris is already asking Corey to contact every famous person he knows. She wants them all to be part of the big event. People say that she is going overboard with her plans and that Corey is trying to calm her down. He feels the pressure building up and doesn't want to get too involved in something that's becoming so big and hard to manage. He's trying to help her be more realistic, but it's not easy because Kris has such high expectations. Kris has also shared in the past that she feels a strong connection with Corey, even though there is a big age difference between them. She has said that she can't really explain the bond they have and that it just feels natural. But even with that strong connection, people close to her are starting to wonder what really matters to her the most. One person said that Kris seems more focused on the guest list and how many important names she can invite than she is about the actual commitment she's making to Corey. She wants the wedding to be a big event that boosts her image, and that seems more important to her than the relationship itself. Even though Kris is talking about getting married and planning everything in such great detail, she hasn't even been seen wearing an engagement ring. Some people think this shows she's more excited about the party and what people will think than the marriage itself. She's acting like she's already a bride even though there's no official sign that the wedding is happening soon. A few years ago, in 2018, people were asking if Corey had already proposed to Kris because she was seen wearing a big diamond ring. That made everyone think she was engaged, but she didn't give a clear answer. When she appeared on The Late Late Show with James Corden, she was asked about that ring during a game called Spill Your Guts or Fill Your Guts. Instead of answering the question, she chose to eat a bug from the table in front of her. She smiled and said she wasn't going to answer, while Corey was watching backstage. James Corden joked that the diamond ring looked like a real engagement ring, but Kris laughed and said that the ring she was wearing at the time wasn't the engagement ring. That moment left people still wondering what the truth was. Even now, years later, there are still many questions about Kris and Corey's future. While Kris seems excited about the idea of a wedding, her actions show that she might care more about the attention it brings than the relationship itself. Corey is said to be thinking carefully about whether he wants to go forward with everything, especially with all the rules and conditions being added. People close to them say that he is already under a lot of control, and marriage would only make things tighter for him. He is trying to stay calm and support Kris, but it's not easy with so many demands and expectations being placed on him. Kris is known for being a strong planner who likes things done her way. She's always been very organized and driven when it comes to her work and family. That same energy is now being put into her wedding plans, but it's starting to take a toll. Corey, on the other hand, is more laid back and doesn't want to be caught in something that feels more like a business event than a romantic moment. People who know him say he is feeling the pressure and that he's having doubts. Even though he loves Kris, the situation is getting more difficult for him to handle. The wedding hasn't even been officially announced, but the planning has already started to look like a full-time job. Kris wants everything to be perfect, from the decorations to the food to the guest list. She wants famous singers, actors, and influencers to be there. Corey is being asked to help reach out to his contacts in the celebrity world, but that's not something he is comfortable with. He doesn't enjoy being in the spotlight the same way Kris does, and this difference between them is becoming clearer as the wedding talks go on. Still, Kris seems excited about the idea of getting married again. She has been married before, but this time she wants the wedding to be the most memorable one yet. She sees it as a celebration of her life, her success, and her family. She wants her children, grandchildren, and close friends to be there, all dressed up and smiling. But with all the extra work and stress, people are beginning to wonder if the wedding will really bring her happiness or just create more problems. Corey, meanwhile, is trying to be supportive. He has stood by Kris for years, through good and bad times. But he is also thinking about his own future. If he agrees to everything Kris wants, he might end up feeling like he has no say in the relationship. The prenup Kris is asking for is also making things harder. It shows that she is thinking about what will happen if the marriage doesn't last, and that kind of thinking makes Corey feel unsure. As time goes on, fans are watching closely to see what happens next. Some believe that Kris and Corey will go ahead with the wedding, no matter what. Others think that all the rules and stress might cause them to change their minds. For now, they are still together, and the planning continues. But with each new detail that comes out, it becomes clear that this is not just a simple love story. It's a relationship filled with planning, pressure, and lots of decisions that still need to be made. No one knows for sure what the future holds for Kris and Corey. They have been together for a long time, and they seem to care about each other. But marriage is a big step, and with all the conditions and expectations involved, it's not an easy one. Whether or not they decide to go through with it, people will be watching. Thanks for watching. Please do well to share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more Kardashian updates.